So I have to say that my favorite build by far at this point is my Sorceress build with the warping and all of that kind of craziness. You know, I actually, with this character, get on and play on my own time to play this character just because it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun. So let's go ahead and get rid of this. We have experience. I really like to get rarity if I can find it, but we haven't really had much. And actually, I think I'm gonna kind of start focusing on rarity, on waystone drops, because I've been having a hard time with map sustain. I'm not sure why, but I've been having a hard time with map sustain. And I don't really want to do these high density things, but this character can handle it, so I guess, yeah, maybe we can do some rarity, 30% rarity. Yeah, I guess. I'm not a fan of Delirium. I know some of you are like, you love the high density mobs and stuff like that because it gives a higher chance of something dropping, but me personally, I don't know. I have PTSD from just so many times dying, getting mobbed by bullshit, and it's really annoying. Even this character occasionally will just get mobbed by a bunch of crap, and it ends up, I get stunned to the point where there's just no way out of it. It's really, like right now, like right there. This is what I'm talking about. This is why I don't like Delirium. I don't like crazy high density crap unless I'm in control of it. Like, it's fine when I can get control of it, but sometimes that happens, and all of a sudden I'm just screwed. Like, I didn't react fast enough or something. I know it's me. I know it's my fault. I fully own that. Which is why I don't like to do high-density things. And my biggest problem with Delirium is, it's not even necessarily that. It's just, and then the chain stops and you gotta run away. It's not even just the fact that there's just so much density of monsters a lot of the time. It's that they appear out of those little rifts right here, and you know, it's a cool mechanic, but it sucks when you teleport into the middle of that, or you walk into the middle of that trying to spawn it, and then the monsters spawn all around you, and then there's just nothing you can do after that. You're dead because you get stun locked. Not even like full stun. It's just a soft stun, a repeated soft stun that just locks you in place while they just beat the crap out of you and like wear your health down while you can't do anything about it. So I generally try to avoid Delirium, and for the most part, I kind of prefer to avoid Breach because, I don't know how the hell I'm going to get that. We're going to have to keep deferring that until the price comes down to something reasonable. You know, I don't mind the Ritual because it gives me a second to prepare for it. You know, you walk into that little shard thing there, and they just instantly pop out of their little pocket dimension that they're sitting in, and then you're just, if they happen to spawn in the wrong spot, and you're in the middle of them when it happens, you're not getting out of it. Like, even with this character, with my teleport ability, you know, there's a small chance of me getting out of it. I have to react immediately to realize, oh crap, I'm trapped. And I'm just, you know, I'm old and infirmed, and I can't do that anymore. You know what I mean? Like, my reaction time is just, you know, I'm 42. I don't have the reaction time that I used to. I know some of you watch my FPS stuff and you're like, what are you talking about? Trust me, my reaction, that's years of honing. Oh, see what I mean? Do you see what I mean, though? Do you see what I mean? And now I'm out of the Omens of Amelioration. I don't want to lose. I saw the timer go away. I don't want to lose any more experience than I have to, and unfortunately, the Omens of Amelioration went up in price quite a lot. I was able to get 10 of these for 1 Chaos Orb at one point, and now they're like this. Let's see. If I want 10 of them, I got to do at least 5. So 4 Chaos Orbs. I mean, that's still, you know, I'd rather spend 4 Chaos Orbs to save myself on deaths. Can I get another one? No. Hold on, 0. Hello, 0. So we'll do that just because, you know, this character is such a high level that taking off, only losing 25% of what I would normally lose on a death is absolutely worth 4 Chaos Orbs. I really missed the time when it was 10 for a Chaos Orb. Like, I really wanted to go back to that. I'm a big fan of fixed prices for things. I want to know what things are going to cost so I can budget for it. So yeah, we didn't really get too much out of that because, unfortunately, I died. Yay. I don't know. A lot of it has to do with just the... I think a lot of us have been complaining about it. It's just the visual clarity. Like, with all this stuff happening, it's cool. It's cool to look at, right? But then you end up getting yourself into situations where, you know, unexpected things happen and then you're dead. That right there. I want to stop for a second. And I want to point out this right here. I have 6,201 energy shield. Not a single one of those mobs was a rare or a magic or anything like that. And I have maxed resistances, 75 at least, and chaos immunity, and bleed immunity, and poison immunity. I am as defensively defended as much as I can be defended, but still, a small little pack of white mobs is able to drop me down over 3,000 hit points worth of damage in one single volley. And this is what I'm talking about when I complain about the monster balance in this game. Because at level 93, doing a map at level, what, 80 something? Hold on, let me kill these guys off. The monster level here is 80. The monster level here is 80. Now, yes, there needs to be a little bit of a challenge in these maps, but the fact that I have 75 and 74, like pretty much maxed out resistances, and yeah, the chaos says here that it's negative 19, but I have chaos. I have the chaos immunity from oh my god, what the fuck is the name of the damn ability? From chaos inoculation. Okay, so I am immune to chaos damage and bleeding. I have as much defense on this character as I can possibly get right now, outside of trying to stack on another maybe 2,000 energy shield. The fact that a little pack of white mobs can, from a distance, take out half my health in one volley is, I'm sorry, I don't know how you can argue, how anyone can argue that the monster damage balance is reasonable right now. It's just not. I should not have to worry, like, and let me, I'm making a point here, and I'm trying to get to it, but it takes me a second to kind of put it together. So here's my issue. We complain about visual clarity, right? So that's one aspect of it. But then the thing that makes the visual clarity a problem is just the fact that the damage is so fucking insane, right? The damage from the things that we have to worry about from the visual clarity, it's a combination of things. It's not just that the visual clarity is there and it makes it really hard to play. You could live with that if the damage wasn't half your health in like half a second. You could live with that. What's frustrating is that you have the visual clarity problem, which honestly is fine. It's the damage that's the problem. It's not visual clarity. If the ignited patches of ground didn't do so much fucking damage, if white mobs weren't able to do so much damage to you, even with maxed out resistances, I mean, I'm taking away all of one thing and 3/4 of the damage output of another, and they're still taking away half my life. Like, if I didn't have resistances, that's a one-shot. I should be able to walk through a map at level 93 with 0 resistances and still be able to survive, and the only thing I really have to worry about are rares and the boss, right? For the most part, that's the way it should be. White mobs and blue mobs should really not be something I even really have to think about very much. But I have to go through this map being super careful because, and I know you're gonna say, well, it's the modifiers on the map. Modifiers on the map. I'm sorry, I disagree with the idea that the modifiers on the map should have to change my play style, right? They should be incremental changes that, you know, make a map a little bit more difficult in this aspect, or a little bit more difficult in that aspect, right? Like, that's the way, like, look at this. Half my health in one fucking hit. No, none of these, he's a white monster. Why is he doing half my hit points? Why is he doing half my hit points? I'm sorry, I can't agree with this. I cannot agree with this philosophy. I am almost dead now because of bullshit that's happening on the screen. Do we see what I'm talking about here? Like, I'm sorry, I can't agree that this makes any kind of sense at all. Right? The balance is just nowhere close to where it needs to be. I don't want maps to be a pushover experience, that's not what I'm saying, but at the same time, you know, It needs to be moments of, hey, I see a dangerous looking mob over here. Let me chill out for a second and make sure I don't get myself killed here. Not, I'm running through the maps and all of a sudden my health just goes away. Like, I'm sorry, that's fucking ridiculous to me. That is fucking ridiculous. Like, look, a quarter of my health with one volley. Like, what do we have on here that's allowing them to do that? And that's still, to me, that's not a justification for, you know, you let me know in the comments what it is, because I don't know what's causing this to happen. You let me know in the comments what the hell is going on here that's causing me to take so much damage from fucking white mobs. Because to me, it's not reasonable. It's not reasonable. Not even reasonable. That right there is what I'm talking about. That should never happen. That should never, ever happen. You should never, unless you're fighting a boss that has one big fucking wind-up of a hit, you should never go from 6,200 health down to 0 in less than a second. I'm sorry, I cannot get on board with that. I just cannot get on board with that. It makes no sense to me. Not even a little bit. I've died twice on this map. So let's stop and take a second. Let's stop and take a second, I guess. We'll just do one map today. We'll stop and take a second. Because now I'm irritated. Now I'm pissed off. Now I'm like, no, fuck this shit, man. What the fuck? Curse with Enfeeble. Okay, that makes me do less damage. 40% increased monster damage. Okay, but, you know, I have 75% resistances, which means that the damage that they would base do at, you know, whatever they're doing was reduced by 25%. So whatever they're, so what, they should still be doing less damage than they would normally without any kind of resistances. So you're telling me that their base damage is at level 80 when I'm 93 is still over half my health. Like, that doesn't seem reasonable to me. Monsters deal another 37% as lightning damage. Well, I have 75% reduction of lightning damage, so that number comes down quite a lot. Stack sizes, that's a bonus. Explosive radius, that's a bonus for me. Expedition to range is a bonus. Contains a mirror of delirium. Rarity is a bonus. Pack size, there's just more of them. Number of magic monsters, okay, fine, that's more money in my pocket. More rare monsters, and increased waystones. So the only things I have happening right now is I have a 40% increase in monster damage, a 37% added damage as fire, 30% added damage as lightning. Both of these are drastically reduced because of, or should be drastically reduced because of my resistances to those things. And that's it. And that's it. We have 4, but then, you know, 60, 70, but you take 25% of that. That should not really be that much damage. So that tells me that the base damage that these monsters are doing at level 80 against a level 93 character with 6,200 fucking energy shield is absolutely insane. It's absolutely insane. I'm sorry. I don't agree with the philosophy that's going on right now. I do not agree with the thought process here. It makes no sense. I should never, I don't care what map modifiers are on my map, I should never have to worry about fucking white mobs. They're supposed to be pushovers. They are supposed to be pushovers. I should have to pucker up a little bit when there's a rare. And that's it. A rare and a boss. It's the only time I should have to worry about whether I'm going to live or die. Look at this. Even after they're dead, I'm still losing a quarter of my fucking health. That makes no sense. It makes no sense. I cannot agree with this. I will not agree with this. It's bullshit. Make it a challenge, sure. A challenge, not, you know, RNG, you're gonna fucking die because you rolled a bad map. Like, no. The modifiers on the map should not be something that determines whether I'm able to do a map or not. It should determine my approach to the map, maybe, a little bit, sure. Right? Maybe I need to be a little bit more careful with this thing here. You know, I can't agree. I just can't agree. Can't agree. The fact that I'm zipping around the map, teleporting, and I'm still getting one-shot by fucking white mobs is ridiculous. And it's not a gearing problem, it's definitely not a skill issue, because it's just happening out of nowhere. It's happening out of nowhere. I'm not getting a chance to respond to it or anything, it's just all of a sudden I have full health, and all of a sudden I'm dead. Like, that's not a skill. That right there, the on-death effects, oh my god. There's a reason people complain about it. You kill the guy, but they get revenge from the grave, and I have to lose experience points because of that. Like, no. If I kill them, they're dead. Just let it be dead. You have, like, game designers, fine. You want to put cool, you want to put interesting mechanics that make it a challenge to do. Okay, I get it. I get it, but at the same time, don't put things, if it's annoying, don't put an... That's on me. That one was on me. It's a boss, and I lost focus for a second. And we lost that map because of that. But we lost that map because I had several bullshit deaths in that map that should not have happened. I should be able to halfway do those maps in my sleep at this fucking level. I am 90 fucking 3, and the monster level in that map was 80. 80! I'm over 10 levels higher than the monsters in that map. I have fucking 74,000 plus, so 82 plus another 135, 140 when I do my lightning orb. My orb of storms chains all over the place when I use it. I have pretty decent fucking damage output. I should not have to be worrying, and my resistances are maxed out, and I have 6,200 freaking energy shield. I mean, from every build guide that I've ever seen in my life, this character should be really solid. But you still walk around the maps and you still get these random one-shots from things because they've tuned the monsters to the point where they're unmanageable. They're unmanageable. And it's super frustrating. The super frustrating part for me is this. I can go through one map and it's a cakewalk. Like, it's super easy, I can just point and click and it's done. But then you go into another map and it's like pulling out your fucking hair trying to get through it, and it's really annoying. There's no consistency at all. This character is really powerful, but then you run into a certain map and it's like, I'm sorry. I don't want to have to read a novel every time I pick a map. I don't want the modifiers to be something that it prohibits me from being able to do a map because, I can't, like, I already have one. I won't do temporal chains because I've learned that makes it really difficult for me to complete maps because it's hard to see when the thing's gonna go, especially when you have a bunch of shit going on, and then you get hit by it and you're stuck with it for like 30 seconds and you're just slow-mo, and I just don't want to deal with it, right? I used to not do chilled ground because it was all over the place. It's a little bit better now, so I'm more willing to do it. But even then, I'm like, do I really want to do that map? I don't want to have to go through and read a fucking novel every time I want to do this to figure out what I can and can't do, right? Like, this one's not bad. The 2 additional projectiles are probably something I want to avoid because that triples damage from these range fuckers who can do things like that. So, but at the same time, even if you read the modifiers, me personally, you see how many maps I have here. I'm not getting enough maps where I can just pick and choose. And when I do pick and choose, I run out of maps because I constantly get modifiers that make it unlikely that I'm going to be able to get through the map without dying. So what is my point here? What am I trying to get across with what I'm saying right now? It's that I want my mapping experience, the mapping experience, not pinnacle bosses, not going after, not the deadly bosses, not the bosses that we fight. I want the bosses to be a challenge, sure. I want that to be something where you go in there and you beat the crap out of it and it's like, yeah, that was an accomplishment. But when I'm just going through maps, that just needs to be more or less just autopilot. It really, really, really does. Going through maps should not be something where I even have a serious chance of dying. My death should be at the hands of bosses, and pretty much just bosses at this point. But no, I'm running around maps, and then because some on-the-ground effect I didn't see, or ranged mobs all volley at me at the same time, and somehow they're able to take away 3,000 plus hit points of damage, despite all of the resistances and shit that I have, that doesn't make any sense to me. It just doesn't make any sense to me. You should be able to steamroll. You should be able to face roll your way through a fucking map. And then you get to the boss, and that's the challenge. You spend the time grinding through the map to get whatever little bits of bullshit gear you can find as you go. Then you go fight the boss to actually complete the map so you can move on to the next thing. That is the philosophy the way it should be. But right now, that's not the way it is. Right now, you're constantly wondering, what's going to come along and one-shot me out of nowhere? Despite the fact that I've sunk dozens of divine into this character's gear and respecking and things like that to try to make it as powerful as I can be. And I'm still fucking dying to white mobs. I rarely die to a boss. Most of the time I'm one-shotting bosses. But then the white mobs come in and just just take out half my health, or an on-ground effect, an on-death effect just one-shots me out of nowhere. It's like, that is, I'm sorry. I want to have some level of control over the fate of my character. And when you're running through maps, and you saw it happen several times during the course of this video, it just comes out of nowhere. You're not able to control it. You're not able to know it's coming. It just happens, and then you're just fucked. And I'm sorry, I don't like that. That happens enough in real life to me that I don't want it to happen in a video game. Video game is supposed to be the part where I come in and I escape from all the bullshit of the world, and I'm able to just enjoy the game. And I can't enjoy the game when I'm dying out of bullshit. So, what is my message? White mobs and blue mobs, and even a lot of the rares, have way too much power. I don't mind them taking a second to kill, but they should not have the strength to freaking one-shot me, or even just really, unless I'm just seriously just standing there not really doing anything. That's the only way they should be able to kill me. Okay? That's the way it should be. You're free to disagree, but I'm sorry. I've played enough video games over the years to know what feels good and what does not. And a lot of times, the way that the maps work on this game, it just doesn't feel very good. And that's what matters to me, and that's what matters to a lot of people. It needs to feel good. I don't care about your math. I don't care about your hardcore mentality or any of that crap. I want to play a game that feels good to play, and a lot of times, even though I'm continuing to play, because I really like this character, it's the builds that are getting me to come back. It's not the mapping experience. The mechanics of this character are what are getting me to come back and grind maps. If I didn't have a really cool character that I was enjoying playing, then this game I would have been done a month ago. It's the character that I'm playing that's making me come back, not the map mechanics. The end game still sucks and is not fun, and it still frustrates me and pisses me off a lot. It's the character and the cool build that I have right now. I have a couple of cool builds that I enjoy playing, despite having to put up with the bullshit from the maps. So, yeah, I'm still playing, but it's because of the character, not the maps, and certainly not the end game experience. It needs to be fixed. It needs to be fixed so that deaths are limited to you were just really not paying attention and you fucking deserved it. And I don't feel like 90% of the deaths that I have, I deserved it. It just came out of nowhere. The RNG demon just decided to pop his fucking ugly head up, and I got screwed. And that pisses me off because there's a cost to it. If I just died, and you know, I didn't lose experience points and all of that stuff, I'd be a lot less angry about it. And, you know, having the omen of amelioration and all that stuff, okay, you know, that takes the edge off a little bit, but it still sucks when you die like if I die 3 times in a map, it's like I died once. I'm sorry. When there's a cost to dying, then the chances of dying need to be drastically reduced. It just does. It takes way too long to level up a character at this point for me to be losing 10%, or at this point, what, 3.5%? Even 3.5% at this level is just, it hurts. It hurts bad. If I deserve to die, if I do something stupid, if I don't see a big wind-up from a boss and I'm just like lackadaisically moving around the boss, that's a deserved death and I can understand. But there's just way too many random out-of-nowhere one-shots that just take you out, and then you're just, you pay the penalty and you didn't deserve it. I'm sorry, that's just how I feel about it. So, anyways, enough ranting. Thanks for watching. Hit the like button, subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers, join as a member for early access to videos, or leave a tip with the thanks button. I also have PayPal and Patreon links if you prefer to go that route. So, thanks for watching, and I'll see you for the next one.